issue. What is your how do you view this issue? What is your thought?
Well, to be honest, I'm not surprised that Akmal and the gang will use this again to show that they are the best defender of Islam in Malaysia lah. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all. That's why, I was thinking, should I say anything about it? But because uh, to be honest, it's clearly show that he will use anything to show that they are the defenders of Islam. Yeah, so that's why I'm not bothered. But since you asked for the opinion or my opinion, and yeah, I say why not? Yeah.
Okay, so how do you think that because it is the second time that Akmal is seizing on the halal topic of KK Mart, so do you think that it will cause another controversy again?
Okay, basically it's like this, okay? He tried to bring down KK Mart business before and it didn't succeed, unfortunately for him, and fortunately for KK Mart and for the rest of us. The thing is, before he wants to even start using the word ham, to him, ham equate to pork, but he should know the origin of the word ham first before he wants to make any comments with regards to the ham chicken sold in KK Mart. If you check, simply Google, ham is actually an old English word, which actually spelled as HAMM. That means hollow or bend of the knee. That's the meaning of ham, actually. This word is actually from the Proto-Germanic hammer. But then it turns into the modern meaning from thigh of a hog used for food. Okay, so basically, the ham word is the action of this hollow, taking from the knee or something that makes it into the word ham. So it's not actually about pork, it is an old English word that's being used for the work or how they use in curing the ham, because pork, basically that's what they used to eat. It's their staple food, pork, in the olden days. Then it becomes what it is today. So ham is not pork. It doesn't mean pork. So that's what he has to understand, that it's not pork. But of course, he wants to jump on the bandwagon and show that it is all about pork, but it's not. So yeah, so that's where he fall flat on his assertion, about KK Mart. Yeah.
Okay. By Aka's opinion, do you think that if the so-called ham is not made by pork, should this product clearly mention it on the package to avoid controversy?
Oh, come on. I mean, we are living in the day of, we are in the millennium, 2024. People, even the Malays know that, especially in Malaysia, it is very, very, sensitive and particular in selling non-halal food to the Malays. There's no need for the likes of Akmal to tell us, what kind of food we can eat and stuff like that. The people, the Muslims know what they can eat and what they cannot eat. So, what is being used by Akmal now is only for his political mileage. He wants to be seen as the defenders of Islam. Again, that is what they use in our politics right now, which, unfortunately or fortunately for us, I think a lot of the Malays are seeing it through their actions and what they have been doing all this while. Thank God for the internet and social medias. So people are now more discerning in what they hear or they see. So I'm not worried about this Akmal and the type of these people. Yes.
Why are those? Because we see this recent year there are so many religious issue keep floating up on each news platform. So why do you think that it is effective among these politicians in this recent year?
You know why? Because for all these years, they have succeeded in brainwashing the Malays through the suraus, the school, the kindergarten, preschools, and or even in schools and higher education. So they think that that will be more successful for them to gain their political footage amongst the Muslims, amongst the Malays. So they keep on using these religious issues so that they will be seen as the defenders of Islam. So, you know, when the Malays votes, they will be voting for people who they deem or they think will be defending their faith first. Because that's what being sort of brainwashed into the minds of the Malays, the young Malays, and even you know, those people who follow certain sort of ceramah or anything like that. You know, that we must first defend our religion. You know, I mean, to be honest, if the Muslims know that you know, our religion, Islam, do not need defending, Allah do not need defending. This is why He is the Almighty. You know, but these people are using it for their own benefit, thinking that the Malays will vote for these type of people. Never mind, you know, whether they think about our economic, our bread and butter on the table, you know, and no, they don't care about that because they think the Malays are stupid enough to actually, you know, listen to them, that they are the best defenders of Islam. So we will vote for them. Yeah, this is what they hope for lah. But I can see the shift in the Malays attitude, that, you know, they don't care about these so-called defenders of Islam. What they care is about, you know, they want to live a peaceful and happy life with money in their bank in order for them to eat. Okay, that is what their concern is. Not you know, they talk about you know, Islam all the time. Yeah.
So do you think that in the future this kind of tactic won't be successful?
Well, personally, I don't think it will become success. You know, it will become successful for them. You know, eventually, you know, I mean, human beings are being given brains by God, right? So a lot of people are starting to think now. You know, what are these people always shouting about this and that, which is not related to our day-to-day living? You know, the Muslims know what is haram and what is halal for themselves. But you know, so you know, as I said, thank God for the invention of internet, social medias. You know, people are able to share their feelings and their opinions, and you know, and the Malays are no different from other races. They are able to use their brains, and they will know eventually. They will catch up with this type of politicians who keep using religion as their weapon. Yeah, I really feel that eventually, you know, these idiots will just simply die down, basically. Yeah.
Okay. What about the non-Muslims? Should they be aware of certain sensitive taboos concerning Muslim?
Honestly, I you know, that kind of question. Why should the non-Muslims be sensitive towards the Muslims when the Muslims are not sensitive towards them? You know, it takes both sides to be sort of understanding each other. You know, but of course, even as a Malay, you know, and I'm not alone. Actually, there are many other Malays who are fed up with the likes of Akmal, you know, and I think the non-Muslims should continue as they are, if not because of the non-Muslims in Malaysia, to be honest, holding the fort, you know. You know, we Malaysia would have collapsed long time ago with the likes of Akmal. But yeah, so do not feel that you are being told off to shut up when it comes to religion, because you know, yeah, we don't talk about religion. Actually, I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about Islam Islam because I'm not an expert in Islam. But people seem to think I talk about Islam. But, I only talk against these people when they talk about Islam, using it against us. So, do not be afraid to speak up for your fellow Malaysians because we are all together in this, If you let these extremists like Akmal, who keep on using religion as their political tool and weapon, then, it will affect you eventually. So we have to all speak up. Malays or non-Malays, Muslims, non-Muslims, when it affect the build-up of this country, as a nation, we must speak up. We cannot just keep quiet. So, don't feel afraid to speak up against the likes of Akmal. There's nothing wrong with it because we have to bring these people down. We have to shut them up because if we keep quiet, that's when they feel that, oh yeah, we can continue with our disgusting and vile approach towards informing the public, because not everybody like us who will be reading and watching news and all that. There are many kampong people who will know nothing at all. They will just accept whatever the likes of Akmal will say, and they don't know better. So we are the people who must make sure that we stand firm in our belief that we are not allowing the likes of Akmal to take over our country. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Kak, last question from me is that how do you think that the relevant parties should address on such issues?
Oh, yeah. When it comes to politicians, this is where they should play their role. Where, okay, the politicians, they are in the government or whatever, they are the one who should be looking at these issues. Why are the likes of Akmal allowed, to use, things like this as their political tool? And so this is where our politicians should look at our education system. We just recently saw that ITM is now forcing, the Muslims, the non-Muslims, to attend an Islamic seminar or something like that. The education system need to be looked at, the syllabus and all that. And number two, what are the type of Islam that's being allowed to be preached throughout Malaysia, in the mosque, in the sekolah agama, even in our national schools? These are where our government must look at the root of the problem. Why people like Akmal becomes popular amongst their followers is because the brain has been told about certain things, and this is what they believe. So this is where the government must take over. Their role is so important in narrating the right approach of our faith, as well as where this country is going. Yeah, not trying to save, like kleptocrat, like Najib. Yeah, that is what they are trying to do, instead of looking at our education system, looking at the approach of Islam in Malaysia. Yeah, so that's what they need to be doing. Yeah, well, I got a lot to say about this. Yeah.
I can see. Okay. Kak, I think that's all for my question today. Do you have anything you want to add on?
Well, as I've said, I'm sometimes I feel like I'm giving up, about the way Malaysia is being handled, because I see our politicians are only worried about their next election. They only want to make sure that they will get elected again or remain in power, instead of thinking how to make Malaysia more progressive, more successful, in terms of mind as well as body, as well as our economy and things like that. So I just feel that it all comes down to the people that run this country, and we need to make them accountable. We cannot just keep quiet and not say anything against them. The excuses given is something that I cannot accept, because they say, oh, because it's a unity government, they have to make sure that they work together with. No, you do not work with, people who try to destroy this country by taking out, the biggest kleptocrat in the world, things like that. That is not the way it works, a good politician will be a good statesman who will not think about the next election. They will only think about how to improve this country whilst they are in power, and see how to make this country more progressive, richer in everything, so that's a good statesman. But unfortunately, I don't see any statesmen right now in our country, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all for our interview today, Kak.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
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 There you go, guys.